Goedemiddag, good afternoon everyone. I'm Anita Malley and I'm the principal of the Rusthof LSEN school in the Strand. Yes, that is our beautiful school.
Wow, it's beautiful.
We're now in the school a year and 6 months. So we really appreciate the building because we know where we were coming from. LSEN means learners with special educational needs and also is the Afrikaans version vir onderwys vir leerders met spesiale onderwysbehoeftes. Jy kry baie spesiale skole in Suid-Afrika. There's a lot of special schools in South Africa. We all of us fall under LSEN, but we cater for different disabilities. We do have the school for the blind, for the deaf, for cerebral palsy, and we cater for severe intellect disability as well as autism. Our school is now, it was started in 1983, and I'm at the school 26 years. So I've never been into mainstream from the beginning. I was always in special education. We have two referral processes for the severe intellectual disability, as normally the schools, some of the hospitals, and parents that needs a referral. With the autism is persons with professional doctors, therapists, but there's also a screening process with it. The learners are shuttled in daily from Grabouw, Strand, Khayelitsha, East River, Salodispa, Somerset West, Fora, and Firgrove and surrounding farms. Can we just have the slide of quality education, the second one? We're busy with the curriculum, the DCAPs, shortened for the version. We started last year. We're still busy piloting the curriculum in the SID as well as the ASD schools. It's not been gazetted yet. Every 6 months we have to report back so that they can make changes. So now they're busy with the workbooks, but we still pilot the curriculum at the school. Next slide. The SID section and the ASD section is 2 disabilities in one school. There's still the medical model, the moderate between 35 and 40, and as well as 50 and 55. There's some grey areas also. So the severe, 20 to 25 and 35 to 40. High level of support needed, as you can see with the autism. Also high levels of support, but no IQ are done on those learners. There's some courses with the SID learners, physical courses, malnutrition, health risk, social, even before pregnancy, while the mother is pregnant, and after birth. We have quite a lot of children who has been in accidents, so the brain is damaged, and some have IHEMIs. One function of the brain doesn't work, the other one works better. And we, with the autism learners, change in routine is very difficult for them. They have their meltdowns, they scream, you have to calm them down. They have no real fear of danger. Even a wall with electricity thingy on, they challenge it. Self-defeating behavior, they will scratch them, they will bite them. They have strange eating habits. They will eat biscuits the whole day. Breakfast, lunch and supper. And they like to spin object. If you touch them, nothing, that doesn't mean anything for them. If you give them a hug, it doesn't mean, I experience it because we have now for 2 years learners with autism, and we actually started with SID, experience a lot of things, how they react on anything. Second slide, that is, we go for good teaching. quality of learning, a lot of assessments with everything, even with referrals, even if something happened with them. Case discussions a lot. The curriculum that we have, device need of individual learners. So you have to know your learners, and the teachers, we have to train them. Next slide is the focus areas are the basic functional numeracy, life skills, as well as literacy. Those pictures is important to them, they know it. But they can't write the names of the places. If some of them do have grade 1 or grade 2 level of reading, we let them read in the classroom. But some of them are most with the pictures. We have cooking classes, we have woodwork classes, we have arts and crafts classes. That is the electives that forms part of the new DCAP's curriculum. And that is where we can place them. When they're 18 years, they go to workplaces where they do jobs shadowing. So we really appreciate the businesses around the school. Right, what does it mean for me? Leadership qualities come in all shapes and sizes, at home, school, and at workplace. How did I transform or learn new skills to be positive, even in the worst situation? Nobody can take your joy away in what you're doing, especially with those learners. Why positive? Your positivity will motivate other people. It will motivate the learners, it will motivate the staff. And to create a relaxed and happy atmosphere, a good working environment, because we spend most of our time at the school. For who? Not for myself only, but the learners, the staff, and the people around you. Believe that no mountain is too high to climb, and no river is too deep to cross. We will cross it in our own time. Inspire others to get the most out of everyone at school. Did I learn that from the group? Yes, certainly. From our business partners, to be the best you can be. Listening skills, that was really something. Because when somebody comes to you, you think you have to give the solution. But they can come to the solution. But it's so, afterwards you think about it, they sit there and they want you to say something. Then I said, I'm listening, you can go on, you can speak now. Each one matters. Therefore you understand their goals better. Their ideas are also worth hearing. In the end, they have the solution. That is what I work very hard on. But I can't say I'm struggling to listen at home. Because my daughter will always tell me, you never listen, Mommy. But I must listen to Daddy and to you. Approach towards people, very important. Your parents, the learners, you must know them. You must know where your parents are coming from, how to approach them. Flawless consulting, know your staff, know your strength and your weakness, make them also responsible. Assertive, that helps a lot. After that sessions we have with the flawless, I could go back and be more assertive, because the things that I want for my school, that the department has to help me. But because sometimes I think with my heart than with my mind. A lot of skills were presented where we as principals can work on. A lot of experience was shared, and I thank you for that. Thank you guys, for even the business partners, your colleagues. There's just something that you can take back and learn from one another. Partner in crime.
Thank you. I think she said it all. I have no words anymore, but let me share with you what I discovered when I agreed to take part in this journey. I didn't know what to expect actually, and then I heard, okay, it's this school, and you've seen the school, and it's wow. And my first reaction was when I met and visited the school was just so overwhelming, and it was so in contrast with what I thought it would be. And I don't want to share what wasn't my thoughts initially of what it could be. I mean, it could be anything, because I was not exposed to it. And then to discover here is this absolutely beautiful building. It's neat, it's clean. You should see it. I don't know, for those of you that hasn't been there, just make an appointment and go see it. It works like a clock. It's so well managed. And I want to pat this lady on the shoulder, and it gives me tears. For someone that looks after those special children in that way. It's just absolutely stunning. It's changed my life to see a different world, an absolutely different world to what we live in. You actually don't realize, if you have not seen it, that there's people that live like that. Most of those kids don't have parents, they don't have houses, they don't have love. What they know about the world is what they get taught here. And that is life-changing. It just made me realize that who are you as a man who's got almost everything in life. You have a normal education, you have a degree, you have a job, you have a wife and kids, and you live in a community that's healthy, if I may call it that. And here you find it's not a community, but it's a school that brings communities together, and that's probably the most difficult part for Manette, is to handle all those parents that are not part of a community. It comes from all bits and pieces from the different worlds, and to put that together and give those children the best education and space of life that they could. So I'm walking away here, and not really walking away, but we're done with this program, and say, what have I learned? It's just to love people and to share and to make sure that when people have impact in your life, allow it, because it's changed me. Just to realize how fortunate we are to stand here, have bread, and talk normal, and have a normal kind of life, normal in the sense that we know is normal. I've met Manette, and the impact that we have in each other's lives is just not something that I can most probably explain, but it's just that we're connected and we can share, and we understand. And I would just want to thank you, Jessica, for the opportunity to have been part of it. Unfortunately, for the last 6 months, didn't have an opportunity to share a lot because of difficulties with my own job, and MD that got cancer and passed away, so there's a lot of not so nice moments that we are dealing with at the moment, but still grateful for what I've learned, and actually share a lot with what Andrew's just said here. It's not about the fancy stuff and the goodies and the nice building and the things that you've achieved there. It's about what impact it had on your life. And I want to thank you for that, and thank you for what I've learned from you.
It's a pleasure. We started slow, we made a connection. There was time that I was unsure, what is my role really? We didn't meet a lot, but the times we met, we can rely on one another. Our conversation did not focus on the schoolwork, but also on family matters. We said personal stuff, but it was good because somebody else was listening. Our journey may not be there where it's supposed to be, but our road never ends here, and Cairo is still far.
As you can see, Michael's boss was also a previous partners PFP, and he was in partnership with a school, Temperance Town in Gordons Bay. He obviously is no longer with us. Sadly, he passed on in June. But I think what stood out from this partnership, and Michal, you captured it so nicely, but Manette never became negative. She never said, I'm going to give up because my partner is not around, or this is not this, and this is not working for me. I think the learning that we took away from this partnership is that sometimes the business leader are also in need of support. And I think you, Manette, kept Michal so safe and secure while he was going through all of his challenges at work, and still there are a number of challenges at work, and you made it possible for him, obviously, to concentrate on the work environment. Michael, unfortunately, had to step up. He is the CFO of a company, but he's also at this point, he's leading the company as the MD, so you've got the dual role to fulfill, and there's a number of challenges. And the late Wynand van Zyl, that is beautiful of a story, is that Wynand nominated and encouraged Michal to become a partner. So he was the driving force and convinced him to join the program. And then Wynand was involved with a school in Temperance Town in Gordons Bay, because there's 2 children that he is supporting in that school. So he actually established a trust for those 2 learners to make sure that they will receive quality education.
Maybe share what happened with those 2 kids. Was the dad was a worker of the company, and he got killed on a site where there was an electricity cable, overhead cable, and he walked underneath with an aluminium structure, and it didn't touch. It was about more than a meter clearance, but the electricity was so strong it stroked the aluminium and got burned to death.
Even today may seem to be a time of total darkness. It will not last forever. The dawn will surely come. The day will definitely come when you can look back fondly and declare, it is those who know the bitterness of winter that can enjoy the true joy of spring. Oh.